Walk through any marina and you'll see the same handful of names over and over. Grand Banks, Nordhavn, Kadey-Krogen. Boats everyone recognizes. Boats everyone talks about. Boats that come with a price tag to match all that recognition. But tucked away in listings across the country are boats nobody's talking about. Boats with proven diesel engines, decades of documented reliability, and price tags that seem almost like a typo compared to their more famous cousins. Nobody buys them because nobody's heard of them. And that's exactly why they're still this cheap. Of course, no boat runs forever without proper maintenance. What these boats have actually earned is a reputation for staying reliable decade after decade when they're cared for. And that reputation is exactly why they're worth a closer look. Welcome back to Boat Hunter. Today we're counting down 5 dirt-cheap trawlers that most buyers walk right past. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why that's their loss and could be your gain. Let's get into it. Number 5. Alban 34 Family Cruiser. Search for the Alban 34 Family Cruiser and you'll notice something odd. The listings sit there and sit there, not because the boat is bad, but because most buyers never think to search for it in the first place. Older examples can sometimes be found starting around $35,000, with well-kept boats often landing higher, depending on condition and updates. That price gap has almost nothing to do with quality and everything to do with the fact that the Alban name simply doesn't carry the recognition of some competitors. Here's something most buyers don't realize. Many examples were powered by diesel engines that remain well supported decades later, which means the mechanical simplicity that made these boats popular with their original owners is still an advantage for owners today. The Scandinavian design heritage behind this boat shows up the moment you step aboard, a hull built around real seaworthiness rather than simply looking good at the dock, with an owner's cabin that offers actual separation from the main living space. The hull tracks steadily through chop that unsettles lighter competitors, building real confidence for owners still developing their sea legs. Fuel efficiency is strong for a boat this size, and the mechanical systems have a well-earned reputation for straightforward, dependable operation across decades of use. Buyers should know that interior finishes on many examples reflect the era they were built in, meaning some cosmetic updating should be budgeted for even when the mechanical systems remain excellent. That's exactly the kind of boat-savvy buyers hope everyone else keeps ignoring. If you're enjoying this countdown, take a second to like the video, subscribe to Boat Hunter, and turn on notifications. We create videos like this regularly to help retirees find real value in the used trawler market that most buyers overlook entirely. Number 4. Marine Trader 36. Mention a marine trader at a yacht club, and you'll probably hear someone call it old-fashioned. Mention it to someone who's lived aboard one for 10 years, and you'll hear a completely different story. Marine Trader built these boats in Taiwan during a period when construction quality often exceeded what buyers were paying for. Heavy fiberglass layup, real teak joinery, and a layout designed by people who assumed the owner would actually live aboard rather than visit occasionally. Older examples can sometimes be found starting around $40,000, with well-maintained boats commanding more, a genuinely surprising range for 2 full cabins and 2 heads. Here's a fact worth knowing. Marine Trader boats have been used successfully for Great Loop cruises and extended Liveaboard adventures, and they're a familiar sight in owner discussions about affordable, long-range cruising. The galley handles real cooking rather than reheating, which matters over months of actually preparing meals rather than just visiting on weekends. 2 cabins give a retired couple genuine privacy from each other and from visiting family, an underrated feature once grandchildren start coming aboard for a week at a time. Parts availability remains solid because so many were built and so many mechanics have worked on them over the decades. The most common issues owners encounter tend to involve aging plumbing and electrical wiring. Standard maintenance items on any boat this age rather than anything specific to the design. Buyers should know that condition varies significantly between individual boats, given how many decades some examples have been in service. A thorough survey matters here more than almost anywhere else on this list. Sometimes the best value isn't hidden because it's flawed. It's hidden because fashions change. Number 3. Island Gypsy 32. Most shoppers never type Island Gypsy into a search bar. They're searching for something else entirely, and this boat only turns up by accident, usually attached to a price that makes them stop scrolling. Older examples can sometimes be found starting around $40,000, with updated boats often priced higher, an unusually low starting point for a boat this thoughtfully laid out. A center island queen berth in the master stateroom means nobody's climbing over their partner in the middle of the night, and a separate head with a stall shower rounds out the forward cabin properly, rather than as an afterthought. Navigation equipment on well-equipped examples tends to be a real strength, often including autopilot, chart plotter, and a bow thruster that makes docking considerably less stressful for a couple where one partner is still building confidence at the helm. The single diesel configuration keeps operating costs and maintenance complexity low. Cruising speed sits comfortably around 7 to 8 knots, and fuel burn at that pace stays reasonable, keeping a fixed retirement budget predictable rather than anxious. The boat's manageable size makes it approachable for owner-operators who don't want to wrestle with something larger at every marina. One honest trade-off. Interior finishes and equipment vary significantly from boat to boat, depending on how the previous owner used and maintained it. So a careful inspection of the specific example matters more than relying on general reputation. Once you understand what this boat offers, it's hard to look at the asking price the same way. Number 2. Monk 36. Ask a broker who Ed Monk was, and plenty won't have an answer ready. Ask an experienced trawler owner, and you'll get a small history lesson about a naval architect whose designs quietly shaped an entire generation of American cruising trawlers. The 36 reflects that design pedigree clearly the moment you step aboard. Older examples can sometimes be found starting around $45,000, with better-equipped boats priced higher, a range that has almost nothing to do with the quality of what you're actually getting and almost everything to do with how few buyers recognize the name. The galley-up layout keeps the person cooking connected to the salon rather than isolated below, a detail that matters considerably more than it sounds like it should during months of shared daily life. The full-beam master stateroom offers real space that surprises people expecting a boat this size to feel compromised. The hull handles predictably, forgiving small mistakes rather than punishing them, which matters enormously for owner-operators still building confidence at the helm. Engine hours on well-maintained examples often run surprisingly low relative to the boat's age, evidence of owners who use these boats carefully and maintain them consistently over the decades. Buyers should know that engine room access requires some careful positioning to reach certain components on a boat this size, and owners planning extensive self-maintenance should factor that into their expectations. It's one of those boats that quietly earns your respect the longer you own it. So we've covered proven seaworthiness, real interior space, thoughtful layout, and respected design pedigree, all at prices that don't add up given what you're actually getting. What could possibly earn the top spot on a list built entirely around boats nobody buys? Number 1. CHB 34. Most buyers never search for a CHB. They search for a Grand Banks. That's exactly why these boats still sell for a fraction of what many people are actually getting. CHB built these boats in Taiwan during the same conscientious construction era that produced many of the more famous names in this category, using heavy fiberglass layup and real teak joinery. Here's something worth knowing. A significant number of these boats were imported during a period when demand for affordable, well-built trawlers was high, and that steady supply, combined with a name most buyers never think to search for, is exactly why loyal owners have quietly held onto them for decades, rather than trading up. Older examples can sometimes be found starting around $30,000, with well-kept boats priced higher, a range that borders on absurd once you understand what's actually aboard. Power usually comes from a single Ford Lehman diesel, an engine with one of the strongest reliability reputations in the entire trawler world. Cruising speed sits around 7 to 8 knots, and fuel burn at that pace stays reasonable, often in the range of 1.5 to 2 gallons per hour, depending on the specific engine and load. Parts availability for the Ford Lehman remains excellent, given how widely used these engines were across multiple trawler brands, meaning a qualified mechanic is rarely hard to find, wherever your travels take you. 2 cabins and 2 heads are common on many examples, genuinely impressive for a boat this size and this price, giving a retired couple real privacy from each other and from visiting guests. Headroom is generally adequate throughout, and the galley, while compact, handles real cooking rather than just reheating. Visibility from the helm is solid, and handling characteristics are predictable and forgiving, which matters for owner-operators who are still building confidence. Storage is more limited than on larger boats, so buyers planning months of continuous full-time living should think carefully about what actually needs to come aboard. Buyers should know that many examples on the market today are approaching 50 years old, and condition varies significantly from boat to boat, depending on how consistently previous owners maintained them. A thorough survey matters more here than almost anywhere else on this list. Compared with the Marine Trader, it's a little smaller. Compared with the Monk, it's less refined. Compared with the Alban, it's less well-known. But when you put price, reliability, simplicity, and long-term ownership together, nothing else on this list delivers quite as much value for the money. Many longtime CHB owners speak highly of them and often keep them for years rather than quickly trading up. When people talk about buying a boat they'll never need to replace, this is exactly the kind of trawler they're talking about. Every boat on today's list shares the same story. Solid construction, trusted diesel engines, real liveaboard comfort, at prices that only make sense once you understand why nobody's bidding against you. That's not a coincidence. It's a gap in the market that rewards buyers willing to do a little homework instead of chasing the same 5 famous names everyone else is fighting over. Sometimes the smartest boat in the marina isn't the one everyone recognizes. It's the one everyone overlooked. Which of these 5 would you actually buy? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to Boat Hunter, and turn on notifications so you never miss another honest boat review or retirement cruising guide. Thanks for watching Boat Hunter. I'll see you in the next one.